a Lunatus. 4-2, 4-2, newly buffed 3-3, 2-1, 1-1, and also Misfortune. It's so illegal. Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. I've got my first deck of the patch that I want to cover, and that is the Tempo Original Nidalee Aggro. This deck aims to play very fast, swarming the board with a ton of units, whether through direct summons or through bushes. It tries to set up big lethal pushes, utilizing Nidalee's leveled up form, along with a bunch of cheap and efficient units. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below, along with the Mobalytics link. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay, and also consider visiting my Patreon if I've helped you at all on your lore journey. With that, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Alright, so getting right into it, I know this is a very spicy deck, and this is the first time in a long time that I'm not covering something that's like super popular and super meta, but actually my home brew that I cooked up a few weeks ago and have been having a lot of success with. It all started when I realized how easy it is to actually level up Nidalee. All she has to do is see you summon or transform 4 other allies. This is super easy to do, especially if you go into Bilgewater as your second region. So you have things like Mirai Warden and also Double Trouble to basically just get Nidalee out as quickly as possible and then turbo level her for attack 4 or attack 5. And then you have the Javelin pressure, you have a bunch of dudes on the board, and you're just attacking over and over. It's a go-wide win con, very similar to my variation of Unga Bunga Pirates that used to play, you know, the triple Mirai Warden, the triple House Spider, and then Arena Battlecaster, and just keep swarming and just keep pushing with like big attack stats. This deck pretty much emulates the same thing, but actually has a champion to synergize with that strategy, and it kind of just works out pretty well. A little bit more history before I talk about the list. I thought that this deck would be really bad. I remember streaming and being like, oh guys, this deck is it's just not gonna work. This deck is not it. It sounds funny on paper, but that's about as far as it goes. And then I played 3 or 4 games in a row with just these nasty hands and these nasty turn 5 lethals, and I'm like, hey, yo, wait a minute, this deck's kind of real. So I started investing a bit more into it, changing the numbers here and there, and then, you know, over the past couple weeks I've been playing it casually with my stream, and yeah, it's actually been doing really well. I even brought it to Gauntlet and it put up better numbers than my Jin Annie deck did. So hey, I think there's some really real potential here, and I implore you guys to try it if you have the extra resources. You just really want to play Nidalee and you have her laying around. Give this deck a shot. It's even better now since Bristle Hog just got buffed. As a 1-mana 2/3, which it was before the patch, I was already kind of happy with him, but I was always wishing that he was a 3-attack unit. Well, now he is. Bristle Hog is now Bristle Pog, because he's a 1-mana 3/3 with the strategy. We can swarm with this guy, and it's basically just like better rearguard. Next we have Forsaken Bakai, another 1-drop, really important to get out in the early game, but also just a really cheap unit for if Nidalee's already on the board. He can help towards her level up condition because you can play out multiple ones, or play out like a Mirai Warden plus a Bakai, and it's really easy to get her going. And then you also have the predict consistency, which is really nice. Next we have Triple Prowl, which is actually really good as an aggressive finisher. I've used like Double Prowl to win certain games, right, when you need the +4 damage to face. It's also really good as bush protection, so you can develop Nidalee early and then Prowl her to protect her from something like Mystic Shot, which is really cool, without having to transform her out, or you can transform and Prowl. There's also some combos you can do with this, where you can put Prowl on something and then transform it, and it maintains the buff. This can give you like a really big Aurora Halunitas, which we'll talk about later. We can just have like a big bird. You can put this on Pyrophant, and then Tycoon will double that, which again, we'll try to talk about that combo too. But yeah, Prowl is actually just like a really good card for this aggressive playstyle, so I like it a lot. It's also synergistic with our quick attack. Shell Shocker, a 1-drop that actually pays for itself, which is super good since we need the spell mana in this deck as well. This allows us to do something like Shell Shocker on 1, then we can bush Nidalee on defense 2, and then we can spend extra mana, right, on attack 3 to summon Nidalee, while also having Shell Shocker on the board. I think we can play like one other thing as well alongside her, and it's just super efficient. It's super nice because, yeah, Nidalee allows us to summon her on turn 3 with her bush mechanic, which we'll talk about, but Shell Shocker helps with that because we can spend spell mana to summon Nidalee out of bush, so that just makes this card more efficient. Very nice. Next we have All-Terrain Trooper, probably the best one in my opinion for like the early mid game. I love this guy. He counts as 2 level up points for Nidalee because you summon him as bush for 2 mana, and then for free you summon him out. So that's already half of Nidalee's level up condition just with this guy. And then he's also granting the weakest enemy vulnerable immediately on reveal from bush or on summon. So yeah, that's really nice because Nidalee has quick attack. That way we can kind of control the early board. We can deal with annoying things like Petricite Broadwing, or we can kill early Annies if we're fighting Jin Annie. Just a really strong effect at taking control of the board as early as turn 2 or turn 3. Next we have Mirai Warden. Again, very good for going wide. This is 2 points for Nidalee's level up, while also just putting out good board pressure, attack, and defense. Next we have Aurora Halunitas, which is a bird, which is not super relevant, but is a 3/4/2. We want to put this in the bush and then summon it later, and then boom, we have like 2 aggressive 4/2 bodies, which is actually really, really strong, especially alongside our other wide units and Nidalee herself. This can just be like a big surprise open attack board pressure for the opponent to deal with. So yeah, really good. Can also use it as like a burst blocker as well to have 2 blockers and trade up into things because yeah, 4 attack, really, really strong. Avenging Vastaya, of course we want to also play around our Rite of Negation bush. So when this card is in the bush, very cool. We can pay 3 mana to pop it out as a spell shield 3/3, but also stopping all enemy spells, skills, all this stuff. So basically Rite of Negation, but on a spell, unit, bush, mechanic thing. Really good. Being able to stop like big spells or removal spells for Nidalee. You know, if the opponent wants to Vengeance or Hexbliterator, well, we can just say no, as long as we're holding 3 mana for that. Double Trouble, just like Mirai Warden, 3 mana, summon 2 random 1 costs. This is really good to do on defense turn, I've noticed. This deck wants to set up on defense and then open attack a lot. So you want to like have Nidalee out, Double Trouble. This is 2 points for Nidalee level, really easy to top her off and level her up. Then you want to like open attack with Eye of Nagakoboros, and that's pretty much where a lot of this deck's pressure comes from. It's like, oh, all of a sudden there's 3 units and also a Nidalee level, and the opponent's not always prepared for that. So because of this mechanic, by the way, or like this strategy, I've been able to kill Heimer Jace on turn 5. Not once, not twice, but 3 times I fought Heimer Jace and just killed them on 5. So yeah, really, really interesting playstyle that they're not always ready for. Next we have Misfortune as our other champion. For the same reason that she's super popular in Pirates, we're not really trying to level Misfortune, we're just using her as attack pressure, and also her passive is really, really good for trading. Since we are utilizing quick attack on Nidalee, and we want our units to stay alive on board, it makes it really annoying for the opponent to try to block, and then our units can trade up into things even better. So it makes our like 2 attack units kill a 3 HP unit because we have Misfortune passive on our side. So yeah, that makes it really, really good. She's pretty nasty in the early game as well, just as like a 3/3 body. And she's a must remove target if the opponent is spending resources killing our other things. We have like Bristle Hog as a 3/3, we have Misfortune as a 3/3, and we also have Nidalee. There's just like so much pressure for the opponent to deal with that we can just run away at the game sometimes. And here is Nidalee herself. She's also a bush. You play her as 2 mana, and then you can spend her spell mana to summon her directly. So really cool, we can translate spell mana into unit mana. Essentially, like this allows us to cheat her out on turn 3 because we play nothing on 1 or Shell Shocker. Then we can bush on 2 and then just spend 3 mana or like 2 mana here, and then we have the extra mana to, you know, do something else with Nidalee. Pretty nice being able to just play a 4-cost champion on attack 3. Really cool. Other than that, she has quick attack. She's really easy to level. All you have to do is swarm the board, and she's going to level naturally. Don't really have to worry about it too much or pay attention to it. It just naturally happens. And then she has Overwhelm, which is really good. Overwhelm quick attack, really strong aggressive win con. She's basically like a baby Darius. And then when she Nexus strikes, so through Overwhelm or hitting directly, you get this free Javelin toss as she transforms back to level 1, meaning you have to level her again, but this deck can do it with its, you know, swarming play pattern really easy. But the Javelin toss is really cool because it deals 4 to an enemy, right? Any enemy of choice. Can be a unit of like a follower or a champion. It can be anything that's on their board. So you can even kill like Jin straight up with this, and that's really nice. Or Shyvana, or anything that's 4 HP. Being able to hit 4, super premium effect. If there are no enemies when I'm played, I target the enemy Nexus instead. So after a really brutal attack swing, you're also telling the opponent, hello, I'm killing one of your units that you want to develop, play around, block with, or they play nothing and you hit them in the face for Decimate, which is 4 direct damage to face. That's really, really insane. So you have like these really, really strong, pressure attack turns that just feel so miserable for the opponent while you're just like steamrolling. So yeah, Javelin Toss definitely helps in the play patterns as well. Next we have Triple Eyed Nagakobos for a quick summon 1, which is really cool because this can level Nidalee if she's at 3 of 4 for your open attack. Draw 2 to refill, keep swarming, keep finding more units, and yeah, pretty cool. And next we have a little bit of mid to late game insurance. Instead of having like direct damage, because we don't have access to like really big burn cards since we're not in Noxus, we're in Shurima plus Bilge. We need to have like a little bit of a mid-game win con in case the game goes long. So we have Pyrophant and Tycoon. Pyrophant's a really nice overwhelm unit that we can, you know, also buff and protect. And then boom, he comes out as just really strong overwhelm, another Darius type effect. And then we also have Big Game Tycoon, who can be played alongside Pyrophant in order to double its stats, making it go up to a 12 attack overwhelm unit. This can also buff Nidalee as she transforms out of bush. So yeah, we can just use like Tycoon to fetch a resource, and then double our stats and just try to come up with like a turn 8 win con as well in case the game's going a bit long, in case we're fighting like something slow. So yeah, really cool. Just a little top end insurance. Doesn't ever brick our hand because it's just 2 of each. We have a lot of early game stuff, as you can see by the curve. Early, mid, and then we just kind of like slowly putter out to the rest of the mana curve here. But yeah, super nice, really easy. I think it's a super simple deck to play as well. You can just kind of like Unga Bunga Swarm and get some good results. But again, this is a Tempo original. No one else is going to be playing this. If they are, they got it from me, because I know for a fact I cooked something fierce one night and just brought it to everyone's attention. So yeah, I've been wanting to cover it for a couple weeks, and I think now is as good of a time as any because Bristle Hog got buffed. So hey, here we are with a newly buffed, fully cooked Tempo deck. And that's it for the deck profile. Now here's some live commentary games so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Teemo Sedge Lockdown. Pretty annoying. I hate when the Puff Caps proc Sejuani, and then she levels, and then you have the AoE Frostbite. Really, really strong combo. Also a little Gnar in there too. Let's go ahead and mulligan away all that. We want to see champions as much as possible, and then also just our early game. We also like Bristle Hog and Trooper. This is actually a really good one too, in case we're not on champions. Because then we have a 3-3 and a 3-1 while also vulnerabling something. Obviously, Omen Hawk can't attack us on 1 now. So yeah, they're missing 1 turn for Sedge already. Something to keep track of. Do we care about vulnerabling an Omen Hawk? I think so. Mainly because I just want to get the Bristle Hog stats going. Husk Speaker. And then we do this. Vulnerable that. Keep my Bristle Hog alive. Trade 3-1 into 3-2, which is good for us. Ah, they don't take it. Then we'll cheat out 3 little damage there. Cute. From our Trooper. A Lunatus. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Bakai first action. Go ahead and see what we're getting here. Pyrophant, another Bakai, Eye. All pretty good options. I'm going to grab the Eye, just so we have draw refill in the mid game. And then, yeah, we pass this for sure. Go ahead. I'm going to play out Halunitas as a push. Then we can just open attack with the spell form of it, giving us a very strong attack 4. Look, it's almost like elites with how much pressure it comes up with, but we do it on opens. This is championless pressure. Look how much damage we're pushing. We're killing a champion and also putting them down from 16 to 7. Quick 9 damage, and we control the board still. Like, it's so scary. Big Omen. Nice. Crazy that Omen hit Gnar there. It's pretty lucky. Sorry, and so also Overwhelm. That is interesting. And also quite annoying indeed. What if we do something like Bush here? That way we can have the Red Negation protection. I think we let that do its thing. Play Double Trouble. They can even pokey my 2-1 if they want. Go ahead. Yep. Pokey a 2-1. And then I can just open attack. We're so wide. They didn't attack with the Saurian, which I find interesting. Because I thought they'd have Elixir of Iron in hand and not even want to play Pokestick. I thought they'd have like Elixir straight up and then just outtrade me. But hey, it is what it is. Don't gotta think too hard on it. Could probably just use our units to attack. Let's do I, and then just full send with Prowl as a potential win con here. They played very differently than I expected them to play on that last attack turn. But yeah, we're in a pretty solid spot here. Wallop. Alright, let's Prowl the bush. And then we can threaten lethal. Quick +2/+2 boost for 1 mana. Nice, we got it. They're on double Gnar. No problem. We just kill them on open attack 6. They don't even get to put up a blocker. Viego, Freljord. So there's a couple key parts to their strategy. One is like Viego, and then also Camivore and Soldier plus Soul Cleave, which gets really annoying and just turbo levels him. But there's also, I think, that little 1 mana 1/1, the new guy, Proliferating Shadow Wraith or something like that. But yeah, we're just going to try to swarm and play super aggressively here. We have Bush early, which is nice. We have to worry about Quietus. So we're going to pitch these and try to find maybe buffs. I like both champions. Really good pressure for us. Being able to outplay Soul Harvest and also Quietus with Prowl is super important in this matchup. Early Omen sounds good. We could probably just bush Nidalee right away and not feel too threatened by that. Go ahead and bush. So, pass. We'll see how much pressure we can get out. Hopefully we can top deck, like, the vulnerable. I love that guy. Stormtrooper's so good. Double Sentry, sure. Let's play Misfortune.
One of the good guys, but not
Misfortune's very problematic for their current board since they have a bunch of 1 HP units. Go ahead and pass. Sounds good. Alright. Now we can summon out Nidalee. And then also play Forsaken Bakai. Yes. Forsaken Bakai. We can get Double Trouble, Bristle Hog. Let's get Double Trouble. And we can also play Avenging Vastaya as a bush here. And then just attack with everything, even the bush currently. Unless something weird happens. Camivore, sure. I guess we won't attack with the bush then. Probably just do this. We're gonna get Soldier blocking Misfortune. Like the best they can do. I guess we could hold Misfortune back then. This is really nice for us. I think we'll just take the positive trades where we can get them. Yeah, this trades up. My 1-drop kills their Soldier. They chump block here. That's completely fine. Not a big deal at all. And then we can set up a nice defensive spell shield bush guy. Be able to stop some spells. Alright, we did get the Sentry instead. Which also makes sense. Go ahead and bush. Nice. What you got? You gonna Quietus now? Alright, I was about to say, if you're gonna Quietus or Soul Harvest, go ahead. That would be a-okay by me. Let's see though. Let's see if they're gonna do a big spell. They might just like try to Vengeance Nidalee and then we win outright. Would be kind of funny. I'm down to block this. Makes Camivore and Soldier no longer a blocker for us. Because it's going to be 1 HP. Yep. We're going to save the Prowls. We're just going to have the spell mana for this. And call it a day. We don't have to do anything here. Aha. We could also negate this, which I think is pretty high value. Or we can leave it. If we leave it, they could do another spell. No, this is fine. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the Glimpse. I want to stop Soul Cleave. I don't really care about Glimpse, I don't think. Another Sentry. Alright. I don't think we really care about 3-cost spell now. Let's go ahead and just play the Double Trouble out and level the Nidalee. Very nice level up animation. It's interesting we got a challenger unit with our 1-drop and then another Poro. We got double Poros here. That's pretty funny. Quietus now? Nah.
This one will be easy prey.
I would very much like to keep my Rite of Negation effect, so no Quietus. Go ahead and deny that real quick. No thank you. And it looks like we're just going to open attack. So let's go ahead and play out our last guy. And just, we're full wide here. Which is super cool. Boop, boop, bop, bop, bop. Can't even attack with a bush because who cares. Let's grab this. And then yeah, we can stop big spell with our Vastaya. Yeah, being able to like pressure like this while also having spell protection feels kind of illegal, I think. If it's Harsh Winds, so be it. Just be Harsh Winds then. I know they run this, being in Freljord. Just Harsh Winds me, and then I'll prowl. No, just accepting it as is. That's pretty tragic for them, I think.
Love ya.
Yeah, because now we have the Javelin Toss. What, are you going to play Viego on this? He'll eat 4 damage. Alright. I don't really know what they plan on doing. But as it stands, we could just reset up lethal pretty easily. Revna. Yeah, alright, she's getting shot. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not having any part of it. They could be on another glimpse. Nope. Works for me. And we can pass. Since our board is full. Hey, there's Bristle POG. First time an ally transforms, grant me 2/1. So yeah, what is this going to be? I guess that's my big question. Is it just Hydrovine? Try to pressure? Because I'm probably playing Tycoon over my Jubilant Poro. Just so I can get more stats. And also we can double the stat of our Vastaya coming out. Also grabbing... I could grab another one and be really cringe.
An easy target makes for a satisfying hunt.
Usually we would want to see Pyrophant here since we are just in the mid game, but I'm down to have another Rite of Negation versus their deck. Chronicler, yep. Sounds good. This works for me. Mm-hmm. Just these? Sure, I'll take 6. Very spooky for sure. Very spooky. Alright, let's go ahead and open then. We have this, 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 that, this, that. Is it finally Harsh Winds? No, it's Vengeance. Alright, we deny that. Pass. Fair enough. See, it's easy as that. We really don't have to do anything crazy like sack a unit, play I. Nothing. We're just kind of chilling. We have a winning board. Every time. It feels so good. And for the final game, we have Lurk. We are attacking on odds, which should make them mad. Obviously, Lurk always wants to attack on odds. But we get the pleasure today. Let's go ahead and pitch Pyrophant, keep double early game units. I think that's perfectly fine. Forsaken Bakai on 1. We're on double Misfortune. That's really good, because Misfortune attacking is really annoying for them. And we can also be on Make It Rain, which is annoying too. So we'll play Bakai. I want to get a Bush unit for sure. That way our Bristle Hog can get a buff. And we're also getting Halunitas, which is a great one to see, since we're able to make the Halunitas wide boards, you know, more efficiently. Up. That's actually like the slept on bush card in my opinion. A Lunatis coming up as like the star in this deck is really interesting to me. Yeah, we bush in this for sure. And then I guess I'm just playing Misfortune. I don't assume they're going to vulnerable my bush before they vulnerable my Misfortune with Hammer Snout, right? Yeah, so let's just go ahead and play her.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Snapjaw Swarm. Alright, just don't hit Rek'Sai here.
My kind of party.
Works for me. Just don't hit Rek'Sai. And we swing. We can swing with Bush because it's 1 HP unit, obviously. Get the extra damage in here. And then probably just gonna let them hit me. I don't really care too much about what's going on here. We can play Double Trouble and Bristle and then open attack with the ambush, right? That seems really good. Let's go ahead and do Double Trouble first. Look at the setup for attack 5 that we're gonna have here. Yeah, we can just let that hit. I don't care. We are also aggro, which they're probably not expecting. Alright, ready? Check this out. Check out how absolutely illegal this attack 5 is. A Lunatis. 4-2, 4-2. Newly buffed 3-3. 2-1, 1-1, and also Misfortune. It's so illegal. Yeah. What you gonna do about all this damage? Give me that. Hey, you actually get to keep that unit. And then this just does nothing. Just blocks most. Nope, choosing to go to 7 instead. Let's go. It's so incredibly gross. Snapjaw Swarm, no problem. We can clean that up. Play another Bristle Hog. They don't have Rek'Sai level, right? So I don't really care about what's going on. They have been popping those Snapjaw Swarms on defense, though. A little bit of a high roller. Those swarms are, you know, clutching. Pike, no Lurk. Just a Pike. Alright. I'm down to Bush, right? Yeah. Bush and then Misfortune. And then next turn we can open with that thing. Because of Rally, it could be kind of annoying. Let's do this. And then play out the Misfortune.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
And then the Shell Shocker. And then we just open again. Kind of insane. We don't even have to do the Pyrophant yet. Like, we don't have to show him. We can just, like, full open. Commit like this, because this is already threatening lethal. And then we can surprise Pyrophant for the damage here, but also the damage on the Bristle. Kind of interesting we're allowed to play like that. Was this Bone Skewer or something? Second Pike? Nope. There's just no way out of it. It's just so much damage. We outpace Lurk with all the Snapjaw Swarms in the world. Like, I'm not crazy, right? You guys are seeing what I'm seeing. The pace of this deck is so fast. It's so annoying, and it's also so consistent, and it can win without Nidalee. In the last game versus Lurk, we outsped them with just Misfortune and a bunch of little dudes and the Lunatis, right? And it felt really good. I felt like I was in control. This deck also has, in general, a lot of agency. There's a lot of different plays you can make depending on the matchup, depending on the opponent's board, depending on if you think they're holding strike spells and stuff like that. Because of Avenging Vastaya, we're able to play so interestingly in the mid game versus like mid-range and control decks that have high cost spells. And that feels good too. So yeah, overall, I mean, I just highly recommend trying it, maybe adjusting the numbers. Like, I know that Double Trouble looks troll. I understand just looking at it, it's like, yo, that card's weird. But dude, it pops off. Just random 1-drops are so strong. Like, I don't know. I guess the overall power 1-drops are just way too insane. When you combine it with synergy, like leveling Nidalee, then it's just worth paying 3 mana for 2 of them. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, gameplay highlights, and meta reports in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!